Right, so why New Year detoxes don't work. In this video, I'm going to be talking about detoxes in January that happen every year. So things like cutting out sugar, cutting out chocolate, even cutting out alcohol for around a month, 30 days, January, sometimes it can go in February. And before I get into it, I have something that probably will help you a lot. So I have a webinar that I go over the 3 steps to solving emotional eating. So a lot of people struggle so much with emotional and binge eating, and they want to go one direction with their diet and they pull back in the opposite direction. So this describes or explains how to solve that in 3 steps. So if you'd like to join that, the link is in the description below. But for now, let's get into the video. Right, so 5 reasons why New Year detoxes don't work. So the first reason is the perfectionism mindset. So this is basically the idea that you can only get results when you are perfect. Everything is totally on it. And this is what creates black and white thinking, all or nothing mindset. So you're either totally on it or totally off it. So what happens is in the month of January, you cut out whatever you're going to cut out. You go on your detox, cut out the sugar, cut out the chocolate, whatever it is you are cutting out. And yeah, maybe you make some progress and feel really good about yourself, but because you've had this perfectionism mindset, once the period is up, you think, oh yes, it's up. And you've been so totally on it that it creates a lot of stress in your mind that you need to relieve. And how have you probably accidentally learned to deal with stress? Through emotional eating. So you have this big build up that leads to like an explosion at the end. So how many people at the end of their month detox go and then have that thing that they were restricting and have so much of it, then they feel bad. Oh my God, I just had a binge. I didn't expect this to happen. And it's because of this all or nothing mindset, perfectionism, and being totally one way and not being grey enough. So not just allowing yourself some of something. And there's reasons why that is. A lot of people don't trust themselves, so they feel that they can't have a little bit, they have to totally cut it out. But you need to learn how to solve that, because otherwise you never solve the problem. Reason number 2 is that willpower also leads to binging. And willpower is often misunderstood. A lot of people use willpower to get what they want. And willpower is a conscious thinking process. So you're always going to get tired and you're always going to have that period where the willpower fails. That is completely normal. And what a lot of people don't realize as well is that willpower causes you to want that thing more. The reason why is that your unconscious mind doesn't process negative instructions. So what I mean by that, if I were to say to you, don't think of a pink elephant, what comes into your mind? A pink elephant. So that don't in the sentence, it doesn't process. It has to process the thing that you've told it. So it works with anything. If I say to you, don't think about chocolate, don't think about sugar, let's cut out the sugar. You're constantly thinking about those things. Even though you're using your willpower is engaged to not have them. And when we think about skills and how we learn things, it's about repetition. So if we're constantly telling ourselves, don't think about chocolate, be really good, don't think about chocolate, let's keep that willpower going. And yeah, it works while you're doing it, but what have you taught yourself? You taught yourself to think about chocolate so much that there's a build up and build up and build up and build up and build up of pressure that when that month is up, when January is up, you go and have that thing, whether it's chocolate or cake or sugar in general, because you've taught yourself so much that you want that and you focus on it so much. So you focus on something, you get more of that thing. By accident, you've done that by using your willpower. And so willpower is not the way to go with dieting. And I've explained this in so many videos before, but it is so important. And a lot of people feel there's something wrong with them when their willpower fails. It should fail. It's not designed for that at all. So that's number 2. So reason number 3 is you don't trust yourself at all. And so rather than just have a little bit of something, you're completely free, completely cutting it out. A bit like, say, with drugs. So you are completely not having it at all. And this doesn't teach you anything. It just teaches you to exercise your willpower and not do that thing for a month. And like I said, what happens after that with binging makes the problem worse. So you've not learned anything, and the problem is that you don't trust yourself at all. So you need to be able to learn how to eat in moderation without giving in to cravings. And I mentioned before about my webinar, the 3 steps to solving emotional eating. That is down there in the description. This will help a lot with that and teach you why you do it and what the route is to actually solve that problem. So reason number 4 is attaching misery to the process. So it's not something you want to do, it's something you feel you need to do. Like I said before, you feel you need to cut it all out. And so you're not doing it for enjoyment, you're doing it because you feel you need to feel enough to lose the weight. And so that's a big problem, because if you are miserable doing something, then there's always going to be a lack of something. And you're always going to be waiting for that time when you finish the process. So if you can't say to yourself, I can live this way forever, i.e. not eat the chocolate, not eat sugar ever again, if you can't say that to yourself, then this is not for you. Because like I've explained in the previous parts of the video, you're going to end up going backwards afterwards through the binging and just coming off the diet. So you need to be able to do something out of enjoyment, and that involves including things that you do enjoy. So again, going back to the other things I said about not cutting out everything, still being able to enjoy things in moderation, because you don't want to be doing it out of misery. You don't want to be focused on that day that you finish, because again, you come off the diet and just reverse your results, which again, it's a short-term thing. You don't want to spend your life doing short-term things. You want to get the weight off and keep it off consistently. So again, very important to understand that. And reason number 5 is that your emotional needs are probably not being met. So what do I mean by that? So in life you have emotional needs that need to be met. So needs for fun, excitement, human connection, variety in your life, things like that. And a lot of people meet these needs through food. So if we go back to Christmas, there's a lot of these needs met all in one go. So human connection around food, enjoying yourself, lots of different variety, fun, all those kind of things. And if you go into January and are not meeting these needs, so say to yourself, oh, I'm not going to go out this month because I am trying to lose weight, turn down all the invites, then you need to meet these needs in other ways. Otherwise, you feel there's a big void in your life. And a lot of people don't meet these needs. They just cut the things out. They stop going out, they stop seeing their friends so much. And the problem is, like I said, you feel this void. So you need to replace these with something else. You can get fun, variety, human connection in lots of different ways. And that just involves finding things you enjoy doing, activities that are not connected to food, which there are millions of things to do. So don't just stop doing things, replace them with something else so your emotional needs are met. So that is it. Why New Year detoxes don't work. Follow these tips, ask me questions in the comments below. Do you want to have success with your diet in 2022? Do you not want to make the failures you made in the past? If that is you, feel free to reach out to me as well, ask me questions. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.